Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is, Sunday, March 21st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I am so ready to get my coloring on, I'll tell you. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Couple things just to tell you. We've got Melba Carter coming March 23rd. That is in the announcements, so we're good to go there. And then we have a duet coloring with Jeff Haney, March 25th. So he's all ready and raring to go, and he used his Amazon account to buy the things that he needed to buy. And interestingly enough, as he said, he has not colored his own pieces with markers and pencils. So that'll be so much fun. So much fun. Excuse me, Maddie. Yes, you are first. Welcome. So that'll be fun, and we will get things rolling. Okay, so I'm ready to color tonight. I hope you guys are. Come on in. Welcome to everybody who is coming into chat. Love to have you. Julie, hello. Julie, we were just talking about Jeff coming in. He'll be in the 25th, of course. So good to see everybody. And, sorry about that. So I'm ready to color. Welcome to everybody that is in the room itself. We love to have you chat. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, I could be doing YouTube videos. And welcome to everybody that's in the balcony watching. Come on in and talk. And we'd love to see you. All right, guys. So let me get you switched over, and we'll get ready to go here. Here we go. Okay. So let's see how much trouble we can get ourselves into today. All righty. So Maddie, let me know that you can hear me okay. You know, I periodically check that. All right. Letting me know. All righty. So come on in, everybody. Okay, Julie, glad you got back here. Okay. Oh. So I think what I'm going to do, you guys know that I like to switch up projects, but, well, no, but yesterday I went ahead and I put some quality time into working on this one, which of course is The Summer Nights by Hannah Karlzon. So I will get that going. Hi, Katie. Haven't seen you in ages. How come? Hope everything's okay. Melissa. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So let me get my Yeah, that's important stuff, Katie. We'd love to see you when you can make it. You got to color today for the first time in over a week. Hello, Wanda. Pearl? Yay. Okay. So I want to show you what I'm doing. I progressed a little bit on here. Zoom in. And what I did is I'm working with orange and black inside of the flowers. And let's get that. La-da-dum. Okay. So good to see everybody. Okay. So let me double check my oranges. So like I said, I decided to go ahead and go with the orange here on this piece. And remember on your markers that as you go over them, they get darker. Da-da-dum. La-da-da-dum. Forgive my singing, but I'm in such a good mood today. Da-da-da-dum. Hi, Christy. "11 new books this week since I could not color," Maddie says. No, Katie says. Okay. Da-da-da-dum. Yeah, it is a nice, the weather's been great. Hi, Ronnie. Okay. Oh, Lila told me that she wasn't going to be in here this evening. So just to let everybody know. Maddie laughed at my comment about needing to fund my coloring supplies. Yeah. Okie dokie smoky. So, Melissa, you're going to have to take over as our periodic announcement to please share this broadcast tonight. I'm telling you, I need to set a timer on my Apple Watch, maybe about every 20 minutes. That's right. Listen, guys, we are doing a good thing is that we are keeping Amazon people employed. We're keeping the manufacturers employed of the stuff, printers. Actually, that is very true. And yes, welcome to everybody in the balcony, our observation group. We'd love it if you would say hello. We don't bite. We really don't. La-da-dum. Oh, they let their workers go home with pay. Wow. Okay. So as you can see, guys, I went ahead and I've added orange now to the center of the flowers. And what I also want you to notice, zoom out, zoom out. Yeah, really, Amazon trucks don't come to my area either, so it's usually USPS or UPS, usually USPS. Okay. Now, do you guys notice anything about the flowers? The paper business, that's right. What do you guys notice about the pink flowers? La, da, 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 da. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, the flowers on the right. One set has pink highlight lines in them and makes it pop, and the black tips. Yep, yep. So what I did with these flowers here that you're really noticing and that they're popping out is that I am highlighting them with black pen. So I'm doing two things with my black pen on the flowers, is that I'm going ahead and adding black tips, zoom in, and I'm outlining them in black pen, and that's really making these little puppies pop. Now, I get it that we've talked about minimizing the lines, but sometimes you want to do the opposite and make them bolder. And so that's what I did with these guys. Yeah, that's the same with my thing, Ronnie, is UPS delivers to Amazon, delivers Amazon to the post office, and then the post office delivers to me, which I don't quite understand that arrangement, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, Julie, that's how it works. UPS to the post office to delivery. And actually, the more I think about it, UPS will go to a distribution point such as Amazon, one of the Amazon factories or distribution centers, and then because UPS, you know how they pick up and go all over the place, and then UPS will take it to the post office, and then the post office does the last leg. So it's a distribution center to a distribution center. Oh, Wanda, so sorry about that with your teeth. Doo, doo, doo. I'm glad you're doing better. Okay, so zoom in, zoom in. All right, so I'm taking my pilot pen and I'm just going over my lines. I'm so excited about Melba coming in. She's going to be a hoot. Do, do, do. Okay, so now you're going to see how this is going to make a difference when I outline it. And again, that is an artistic decision, but I really wanted these flowers to pop. Doo, doo, doo. Whoops, didn't mean to move that so fast. I had a nice little chat today with Ruth Sanderson. She's excited about getting that fox book out, Little Foxes. I announced in the group in Facebook that she's publishing it now, republishing it. I can't wait to see it. She's excited about it. And she appreciates the feedback from our group about her images. Whoop. Okay, zoom out. Okay, so see the difference now between this one and this one that I haven't outlined yet. And again, that's an artistic decision. About how you want something to look. And what I don't want to see you do, and I've commented on this before, yeah, her horse pictures are out of this world. Ruth's pictures. She catches the muscles on them so well. I mean, she really has an eye for it. Okay. La-da-dum. Okay. Oh, so what I was saying is Morgan was helping her with the contrast on her images because, as she said, she wasn't thrilled with the nursery rhymes when she thought that the images were a little soft, a little blurrier. And so they are working on the grayscale to fix that. So that's really cool. Yeah, her love for her horses really do show through her paintings. You can tell. And I was so appreciative the night I had her on that she showed such a detailed walkthrough of her studio. Great, great way. Hi, Sandra K. La-da-dum. Okay, let's see. Da-da-da-dum. La-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Zoom out. Look at that. So what do you think? If that doesn't pop, I don't know what does. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. I am happy with this piece. And the main thing is I want to make sure that you guys get the ideas. Needs black tips in the middle of the lowest flower. Oh, yeah, sorry. Thanks, Julie. I got to yak and forgot. Missed it. Da-dum, da-da-dum. Now, I don't want you guys to be afraid of using black. We've talked about this before, and we've talked about how using black makes the other colors pop out. Da, 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 dum. Good Lord, I can't sing. Da, da, dum. It's all right. There we go. No, I didn't mean to leave that. Thank you, Julie. Da, 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 dum. And that's what I mean, guys. I have no problems with you guys chiming in. That's what this group's all about, you know? Good grief. Welcome to everybody that's watching. Don't forget, guys, you want to share this to your timeline so everybody can enjoy it. We've got lots of events coming up next Tuesday and next Thursday. Okay. So now we've got all these little poppy seeds. And I think what I'm going to do, I got to think about this. So I was going to do white liquid pearl. Now, if I do black, that's not going to work because I've made these tips black. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, isn't that stonework cool? So I'm thinking of using my new gold glitter gel pen. Gold glitter. Gold glitter. We can do that. Now, I also have a really neat penny copper, which is a gold as well. Yeah. Let's see how that would look. I could also use the black glitter. Yeah, I'd like to use my new pearl stuff. I think I'm going to go with black glitter, and the reason I'm going to do that is because we're implying that those little pod seedy things are coming off. And I don't think the gold glitter would make too much sense. The pearl stuff, white pearl, wouldn't make too much sense. Use gold, that will tie the door to the rest of the picture. Okay, I'll use the gold. I was getting my black glitter out. All right, let's see how this stuff works. Da-da-dum. All right, here we go. We're trying the new stuff. Zoom in. Zoom in. Yeah, I did. I'm doing the gold, Wanda. Is this not gold enough for you? Yeah, they're the poppy seeds. Okay, I've got the gold. Da, 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 da. All right, so we'll see how this stuff works. Do, 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 do. Ooh, that's looking pretty cool, guys. Do, 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 do. Zoom in. Yeah. You wouldn't lead me wrong, says Wanda. Yeah, drunk gnomes and all. Oh man, look how that looks. How cool is that? Do, 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 do. Oops. Well, made a boo-boo. Got my napkin in it. All right. So we just wipe it up. Actually, drunk gnomes, that's right. Okay, I have to do one thing though that I forgot. Gonna hear your clacking. Oh no, Ronnie, I would never get rid of the napkin. Nope. Even when something is done, you have to have it underneath your hand. Okay, there we go. All right. Put on the fan. Let that dry for a second. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. Now what I want you to also notice, no, the gold's not on the bottom. I flipped it over. I'm going to put the dark pink lines on the flowers on the left. I did that already. Okay. Send ILene new napkins. Ah, you're a sweetie, Wanda. Yeah, I just use paper towel. Oop, got a little loopy there. Now, if you have one that does that it makes a little tail and then it falls over sideways, just take your toothpick and wrangle it back in. Oh man, this is looking so cool. No, I got more important stuff on my wish list. Yeah, my wish list for the group, yeah, we got good stuff on there. Now, notice how I'm able to make the bigger and the smaller drops. Let's see if anybody looks a little lopsided. No, we're good. Now, you can make teeny tiny drops with this, or you can make bigger drops. So I would encourage you that when you're doing something like this, that you go ahead and vary the size. And I hope you guys can see how cool this looks. It is looking pretty cool. I'm missing some green on the, oh, okay, yep. There we go. Thank you, Julie. I got her. Zoom out. Oh my gosh, guys, look how cool that's looking. Okay. Hi, Rhoda. Welcome. If I don't welcome you, my group will. Because I'm busy looking at my stuff. All right, now notice how I've got really precise control, so I can do zoom in, zoom in. See that little teeny tiny dot here? Rhoda, welcome. Oh, Rhonda, I am so sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a competitor to liquid pearls. See how I put that little teeny tiny dot in between? Yeah, somebody said Rhoda, and I that's why I said your name wrong. Da, da, da. Rhonda, I'm so glad you could join us. Don't forget to vary the size of your drops. Exactly. Exactly, Wanda. You can do teeny tiny dots. You can do bigger ones. And Rhonda, if you have any questions, comments. Oh, this looks so cool. But wait, there's more. Hopefully that's starting to dry. Oh yeah, see in the upper left-hand corner here where I started? Yep, yep. This stuff dries pretty quickly. PDQ. Oop, got a little tail on there. Doo-doo. Okay. Now the trick with this stuff is when you put it on, we are family. Oh, Rhonda, you've got a lot of stuff. Good. And I do stuff about shading all the time. As I started to say, the trick is lifting straight up when you're dotting this stuff on. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, guys, this gold is drop dead gorgeous. Yeah, it's a copper color, according to the company. Oops, I got a long tail on that one. And again, guys, just scoop it out with a... Yes, our theme song is "We Are Family." Ta 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 ta. Well, that drop got a little off center. There we go. So yes, that is our theme song. We are family. Oh, okay. I see him. Thanks, Pearl. There we go. Okay, I think oh, okay. And then there's one here. There we go. All right. So when you put these on, like I said, lift straight up and lift up slowly. Take your time. And you want to go ahead and vary the size. Now, when you're doing a side-by-side dot like I'm doing, allow for a little bit of spread. It doesn't spread much. And again, notice how I'm getting a really good size difference. All right, there it is. And that one gooped together. So I'm going to let that one stay together. I'll just round it out a little bit and clean up the side stuff. Now, once this stuff dries, if you have extra on the page, you can just go ahead and take a toothpick or an X-Acto knife and just gently pop it off. Boo-doo-doo. That's just me tapping the stuff down to the bottom. Now, if your drops are starting to get wonky, it just means that you're getting an accumulation of dried stuff on the tip of your bottle. So just pop that off. Now, the Ranger drops seem to be a little thicker, and that's why I said you need to tap it on the bottom to make those little peaks go away. But these drops seem to settle in. So that's just getting used to your product. Do-do-do. And I sure hope that you guys can see how cool this is looking. I'll pull out in a second. So if I were using Ranger, I would be doing a little bit different. All right. And the neat thing is, because this stuff settles in and droops down a little bit, if you have little circles that you're filling in like this, it'll spread just enough to fill those circles out. Zoom out. Let's take a look at this so far. Zoom out. Zoom out. What do you guys think? Is this a DDG? Drop Dead Gorgeous? And these ones already have dried, so I can run my finger over them. Now, again, you don't want to add stuff just for the sake of adding it, right? TSC, too stinking cute. Yep. It's a soft plastic, Ronnie. Just like the Stickles bottles. Okay, long tail on that one. Zoom in. Okay. Now, the reason that you have to pull away slowly, if you pull away too quickly, it creates zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. It creates a little tail, and the tail flops over to the side. When you pull straight up, that tail sinks in on itself into the dot. Does that make sense to everybody? So pull up quickly, the tail flops over to the side, pull up slowly, it sinks down into the dot. And that's what you want to happen. Okay. Missed one next to the door. Okay. Got it. Zoom out. And then at some point, as my bottle gets emptier and emptier, it's not now, I'll store these little puppies upside down. Yeah, yeah, Christy, it's like a chocolate chip. And if you take your time and you have patience with it, you can do the little dots, you can do bigger dots. Whoop. As I make a little tail. And when I'm wiping off this tail, I just slowly turn my toothpick a little bit to pick up that stuff. Okay. All right. So let me turn this around here. Zoom out. Zoom out. What do you think, guys? Now, I'm going to carefully add a couple more dots. Let's see here. Now, if you want to put a little dot on the outside, and I'm going to add a couple up here. And I think we're in really good shape with this one, guys. And once anything dries, if you don't like it, that's where you take your X-Acto knife and you can trim it a little bit. And again, they dry pretty quickly. All right. I see those hearts floating by. Thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments? And I have something that I'm going to be doing with the bottom gravel here. So we're not quite done with this, but all of this up here is done. And I just have this little bit to do on the bottom. So when I'm ready to do that, I will do that. Did you guys learn something off of this? Wanda, what pearl drops do you use? Do you use the Ranger? Am I going to use sand? I don't know. Am I? Oh, we'll see. As soon as my Amazon guy shows up, I'll show you what I'm going to do with the bottom. Do I have to tap that on the bottom? No. Unlike the Ranger, I don't have to tap underneath. This stuff settles out differently. That doesn't mean the Ranger is any worse or any better. It's just a different product. And I'm very happy with the way this came out. Okay, I'll let that sit there a minute while I grab a couple things. Oh, let's see what we got. What's the uh-oh, Wanda? Okay. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. All right, so I'm going to pop back to Mythomorphia. Something new coming. Yeah, it is. Something new is coming. You never know. That's right. I always have something up my sleeve, don't I? All right. So what I wanted to show you on this is I'm going through on these rocks. Now we've got a jumble of colors right here, and we need to make this more cohesive. So I'm going to work on this just a little bit. Literally a basket full of surprises. An Amazon basket. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. And for those of you wondering why I don't call out my pencils is because I use such a wide variety. Yeah, never a dull moment here. You ought to see it on my end, Ronnie. You guys don't know the half of it. I just got little things happening all the time. Okay. And guys, please share this. Zoom in. Zoom in. All right. Zoom in. So what I want to show you on this is I'm going through on the rock, and I am using a medium gray with black. And the reason that I'm doing that is I want to stabilize the picture. There is a lot going on here. And so now we need to come through and work on these rocks. Now, I'm not obviously going to be, it's called organized chaos. Yeah. All right. Okay. Jeff is going ahead and posting the picture that we're doing the coloring on. He just sent me a text. Okay. Now, again, if this picture isn't to your taste, that's fine. I want you to look at the methods that I use. All right. Now, when you color and you're picking your colors, this is where you need to try and visualize ahead what this little puppy's going to look like. And that will help you determine what you think is going to work and what isn't going to work. So I knew as I was doing all these little spiky pinky things, it was going to look weird. And that's why I stayed with the colors that I did, so it's consistent. And then I also knew that as I was going through, that these rocks would stabilize the picture. So I went through and I highlighted it with the black on the dark parts of the rock. And then that gave me my visual cues as to where stuff was. And that's why I am all about tinting. Remember when Dawn was here and she was tinting her stuff as well? Because that gives you a really good roadmap as to where stuff is going and how it's going to look. And again, I know that this sounds like it's basic or like it's duh, but the thing is, if you don't think about this stuff, it's going to cause you some issues. Okay. So let's see what we got here. All right. Now, we could have gone through and colored all the rocks first, if you want, but I wanted to go ahead and I did the gnomes first, just because I wanted to. And when you're doing something like this, you don't want to, oh, good night, Pearl. Good night, Pearl. And you don't need to apologize, sweetie. You're fine. You don't want to be so systematic that it takes the fun out of your coloring. But you want to do it enough that you can go ahead and give yourself a roadmap of where you want to color and how you want to color something. Now also notice I'm shading my gray. So I'm even tinting in my gray when I'm doing these rocks. And then what I'm doing is going ahead and darkening in spots to give it that rocky look. See how I did that spot right there? And I'm going to shade a little bit right here. Oops, I got some dark area that I missed. Now I made these rocks a little bit darker in this area because I'm closer to the mushroom. But as I'm getting out a little further, I'm lightening up that a little bit. And again, light gray first, and then I can decide my tints and shadows and shades after that. So I'm going to go ahead and shadow this hair. And then we'll go around these mushrooms. Zoom out. Rita from Guatemala. Hi, Rita. How are you? Yay! Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Does everybody see now how the rocks are starting to stabilize everything? This is what I wanted you to see. And rest assured that when Kerby drew this, he had that in mind. Questions, comments? And again, I don't want to see you go through this with just one shade of gray on these rocks. You want to go ahead and vary that. Zoom in. And if you want to darken in an extra little area that Kerby didn't, darken in, have at it. Okay, so I've got some rock behind here. Color that in. Julie, what tinting means is I come in with a light version of the color that I'm intending to put in an area. So if I know that I'm going to make an area whatever color, I'll come in, I'll tint it with that color. And then I'll go in and start adding the shades that I want to add in. Zoom in. So here's an example. Zoom in. So I know that I'm going to make this rock gray. Okay. So right now I'm just tinting it all gray, lightly. See that? And then what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll darken in those areas now that I want to darken in and make it more rock-like. So I don't come in with this darker gray right off the bat. And what you want to do, as Maddie has asked me to do, is you want to hold, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, is you want to hold the pencil by this end and not down here, because you'll come in way too dark when you start coloring. And the minute you come in too dark, you take away all ability to design and shade whatever you're coloring. Does that make sense, Julie? Okay. Whenever you are coloring something, you should never ever come in with the full boat color. You should always start it out lightly and then go ahead and shade it in afterwards. Yeah, how to hold the pencil. Maddie says that made a huge difference for me, how to hold the pencil. Let the pencil do the work. And Julie, when you want to darken something, you just repeat the stroke over the top. You're not pressing harder. Let the pencil do the work. Zoom in. So you'll notice that as I'm making something darker, I just go over that area repeatedly. I don't grind my pencil into the paper. And as Ronnie says, you can always add, but it's hard to take away. That's correct. That's why when you're watching somebody color something, you'll see them go over an area 2 or 3 times. Da, 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 da. So this rock right here that I'm coloring, if I come in dark, it's going to mush together with this top one up here, and I don't want that. So because I didn't come in gangbusters and press hard, I'm going to leave that rock that lighter color, but I'm going to go ahead and just shade a couple of those crevices and add a couple of my own. Yeah, that's a good comment, Ronnie. It took me a while to find the sweet spot on the pencil where I need to hold my pencil. Now, by going through also and darkening the areas that Kerby had darkened, that also gives me a road map where everything is. Now, again, when Kerby did this piece, he knew exactly where he wanted his rocks and so forth to counterbalance the chaos of the springy things, whatever these are, mushrooms. I always use a blender pen. Well, all right. Very often I will use a blender pencil. It depends on what I'm coloring. It depends on the paper. It depends on the pencils that I'm using. I absolutely use blender pencils. You can blend with your pencil, color pencil that you're using. You can blend with your finger. You can blend with the pencil, the blender pencil. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. It just depends on how the project is behaving when I'm doing it. If my pencils aren't going onto the paper well, the popcorn effect is when you've got that little tiny white dots coming up through your coloring, and we've got it on this. Let me show you. Zoom in. Zoom in. Now, I don't mind the popcorn effect on these rocks because it makes the granite look like granite. But all this white that you see right here, that is where, zoom in, that is where the pencil didn't go into the paper. So I would take my blender pencil and literally push that into the paper. Zoom out. Zoom out. That's a little close. I've been known to use my blender pencil on fabric. You can use white pencil to blend in. See how smooth that looks now? As opposed to this right here. And that's because we've got that popcorn effect where the pencil isn't going into the grain or the nap of the paper. It's sitting on top of it in some places. Does that make sense, Julie? The blender pencil literally pushes the pigment of your pencil into the paper. Can you see that difference, Julie? Here's a spot right here that's a good example. See, you've got the white popcorn effect. Here I started to blend. Here, I'll blend half of it. How's that? See the difference side to side? So now I'll blend that. You'll hear people reference and say things like tooth of the paper. That just means the roughness of the paper. The more tooth, the more rough it is. So make sure you understand that, Julie. Now see how when I'm using my blender pencil that smooths all that out, which is also a great way for a rock to look. So either way is fine. Anybody else have any questions about that? Zoom out. Okay. Now the question comes up why you get the popcorn effect. And as I was saying earlier, that can be because your paper quality. It can be because of your pencil brand that you use. Some pencils are softer than others. So right now when I'm coloring this rock right now, I'm getting lots of popcorn on it because it's not going into the paper all the way. Now, having said all that too, is you have to be careful with some colors because when you lay down your color just like this, when you blend it, it can change color. The tint can change, the color. I had that dramatically happen on some blue that I was doing on a Chinese dress. And the blue like totally changed. So notice now how this gray is getting darker. And that's why it is also important that you tint before you put down your color. Because if you don't tint before you put down your color and you blend it in with your blender pencil, it's going to go darker. There we go. Zoom out. My pleasure. You're welcome. I don't mind explaining that at all. And if you don't understand, tell me what you don't understand and I'll keep on with it for you. That's why I'm here. Da, 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 okay. Zoom out. All right, see how all of this now is coming together? All this chaos is coming together. Ta-da. As long as I have power. Yeah. Funny thing about ice storms. Okay. All righty. Now, this picture also is it's a perfect example as to why I tell you guys not to get discouraged in the middle of your coloring. Right now, this picture looks like a hot mess, right? Yes, I was on during the thunderstorms, but the ice storm did me in. Boy, that was awful. Jeez. Oh, and then there was the night that Spectrum, remember, my internet provider went down. Dawn felt so bad she couldn't step in for me. Oh, so anyway, this picture looks like a hot mess right now. And this is a perfect example of where you might look at something like this and go, I'm done with it. It looks awful. I hate it. Okay? And this is exactly why you can't say that. Or not can't. Of course you can, but you shouldn't say it. Let me say that. You just have to keep working at it. Oh yeah, that was a trip with that ice storm. I was off. It was driving me nuts. I've only missed one broadcast since I've been doing this. Okay. Drove me crazy to not be able to get online. Not to mention no heat. And then, like I said, Dawn felt bad that she couldn't help because she was at the farm and she couldn't broadcast for me. Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to her too. Another colorist that's on YouTube got her COVID shot, and she's been off now for like 3 days, I think, because it just knocked her on her butt. I mean, she felt fine, but she was just so tired. So I'm going to make sure I'll do my shot maybe on a Monday. And that way, if I literally can't sit up in this chair, I'm going to ask Dawn to pinch hit for me. All right. And again, as I tell everybody, don't forget to slightly turn your pencil. When you do that little micro lift to move, you turn your pencil just that little teeny tiny bit. All right, now again, I came in with my lighter gray, and now I'm going ahead on my rock. And creating my patterns. Okay. And you know what, guys? I bet you that if I ever asked Jeff to pinch hit for me, I bet you he would too. I would really do that as a last resort, though, because that would cut into his painting time. Oh, Wanda, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had absolutely no control over that. Zoom in. It's really funny, you know, is you don't really appreciate something until you miss it, you know, until you don't have it anymore. I had a lot of people tell me that they missed me. Julie, I was only off for one broadcast. So it wasn't too bad. So the upshot of this is if I ever don't broadcast and don't say anything, there's something really wrong. I was still able with my cellular connection to get to people. So I asked like Wanda, I think, and Lila and Maddie to make announcements that I couldn't get on. Oh, that was during the Spectrum outage as well. And then I have one of those emergency power banks that I could plug my phone in if, you know, to keep my phone going, because that was critical as well. Okay, camera's going to jiggle just a little bit. Sorry. Your husband said that you aren't supposed to be doing something about now? Well, that's the one reputation I have, is I'm here for you guys. And you can depend on me. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why you came in so late, Ronnie. That's not like you. Do you have your notifications set so that when I go on live, you get a notification? Yeah, I'm on 7 p.m. Central Standard. That's right. Or now it's Central Daylight Time. CDT. Ugh. Zoom out. Nah, we won't fire you, Ronnie. Zoom out. Zoom out. Yeah, that was the other time I was down, was because of the internet issue with Spectrum. All right, so here we are so far. Now, see how that gray is starting to really give a really cool balance to all this? Give me a second, guys, to adjust something. Zoom in. There we go. All right. Yeah, Ronnie's on probation for a few days for spreading false information. All right, so let's get that. And again, guys, that flickering is not me. So now I'm filling in my little areas of gray here. Oh, Ronnie, I'm so sorry. Well, Ronnie, I truly am honored that you're still coming into the group. Just be sure they don't charge you for your Wi-Fi. Hopefully your Wi-Fi is free. All right, so let's pop in my gray here. Now, Julie, when I blend, I've used my finger. You can blend with the pencil that you're coloring with. And what that means is you just keep going over the area with your pencil until that white popcorn disappears. But of course, the color is going to get darker. Okay. So what I really wanted you to see here is how this picture is coming together beautifully. By putting in all these rocks. Yeah, everyone is either in jail or on probation in this group. That's right. Lila's in jail. Pizza. Ooh, that sounds good too. Lila's in Amazon prison. Amazon jail because she ordered too much stuff. Yeah, she said she got busted because she was getting packages every day. Okay, I'm almost done with these rocks. And then I'll be popping on to another project. Okay. Oh, Maddie, great. Did you ever find out what that bug was? Oh, that's cool, Ronnie. You're in like a little apartment? Okay, cool. Now, another way that I use tinting is if I have a project that I'm not quite sure about, I'll go ahead and tint some of the areas just to get a lay of the land. So that's a little bit from tinting when you're just coloring, but just to get a lay of the land and how things look. Because sometimes you'll have something that's like really confusing and the artist hasn't made it clear. Okay, I'm going to do something else here. Let's see. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Okay, good. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I'm always chatting, so if it quits. Yay, ILene is back. Okay. So I think what I was starting to say is the ways to blend. Yeah, you can blend with your pencil that you're using. You can blend with your finger. You can blend by putting white over the top. Okay. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. So, can everybody see now how way much more this is making sense now? And that's what I wanted to show you. So basically all the rocks have been colored now. So now I'm just down to still some more mushrooms. A few of the whatever these things are. I'll probably do those in some kind of gold and yellow. Let's see what I got here. I'll wait on that right now. So really not much more to do on this, and then I'll be doing that background. Anybody have any questions about this? And can you see how much more sense it's making now that I went in and colored in the rocks? All right. So I think we're good on this so far. Oops, let me do one more little area I missed. Let's see what this is. So yeah, if I, like I said, when I go to get my COVID shot, if it causes me any problem, I'll have a substitute teaching. And I'll do that on probably like a Monday, and then that way Dawn can take over for me if there's any issues. Okay, so there's that. Now, we were talking about tinting, guys. This is the side here with the rocks where I just zoom in. Zoom in. This is where I just went ahead and tinted in the black, or excuse me, the gray for the rocks. And now I'll go in and do them a little darker. Just to enrich in that color. So this is where I wanted to show you the value of tinting first and then coming in darker. Good night, Miss Ronnie. Love you, sweetie. Okay. So here's a side-by-side. Do I have that backwards? No. Here's a side-by-side. And now you can see how everything's starting to come together here. that's what I wanted to show you. We've got nice rich rocks over here. I'll enrich them up here, and then that's going to make a lot of difference, okay? And look at the difference here where the seam is. Let's see, some of this matches and some of it, there we go. All right. So here I did the darker, here I still need to do it. Now, actually, I had forgotten that I put on moss on the right-hand side here. So what I'll do is I'll go back on the left on the tops and add that in. I added that little bit of moss green. Just for variety. So no big deal, easily fixable. You take your electric eraser and just go zit, 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 and put your moss on. So we've got a really neat piece here. And the trick is that you want everything to stand on its own, but you also want it to be part of the entire picture. So this snail stands on its own, but it blends beautifully with everything else. All right, our little gnomes stand on their own, but they blend with everything else. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and play with our Art Nouveau. And this is from the book Art Nouveau Designs by Creative Haven. We've been having a lot of fun with this as well. Zoom in. All right, let me see if I can fix that. Hold on, guys. There we go. Yeah, I know, Nouveau is, yes. Zoom out. All right. So I've been having a lot of fun doing this one for you guys. And again, pre-sprayed with Karlzon. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a brighter green. On these flower stems. Zoom in. Okay. Yeah, if she sneezes, her breast will show. All right, so I'm going to go with a very bright green. Zoom in. And I think that that's going to add a nice little contrast to this piece. I can use my powers to dress. Oh, yeah. White bra and panties. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and follow that concept down here with the strings. Now I want you to notice that I'm deliberately going outside of the line because I want that to be, I want that kind of look. Okay, what? Can you not hear me again? Okay. Okay, sound is good. All right. And again, notice I'm giving it that shimmery kind of look. Hold on, I just noticed something here. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay. What's at the top, Wanda? I'm sorry. So I'm going to go ahead with a simple top of the yellow flower needs green. On the right or the left-hand side of the drawing. Oh, I see. Okay, I got it. Yep, got it. Now, what I also want you to notice too is we've talked about going over something multiple times. So in this area where the tangles are, I'm going to go over that a couple times. And give that a little more oomph. There we go. Zoom out. Zoom out. And then I'll take a little bit of red and zoom in. Color in that center area because it looks like we've got a heart in there. So we'll go ahead and carry that. And I have a heart, looks like a heart up here. And they didn't repeat the design here, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. And we've got little teeny tiny hearts in the chain. So I'll go ahead and pick those up as well. And just carry that design through. Zoom out. And what I like to do is I like to spot color, so if I've got red up here, I just want to pick up a little red somewhere here. Let's see what we got. Zoom in. Daisy, we were just all wondering about you. So glad to see you. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my darker red in the center of this flower. The color difference is very subtle, but it's there. Daisy, how's your son doing? And then I'm going to go ahead and carry that green over into that flower that she's holding. And again, you want to go ahead and hit those outside lines a little bit. Oh, Daisy, that's wonderful. Retested and still negative. Outstanding. Zoom out. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put some brown hair on this young lady. So I'm going to start with the gold underneath. Hey there, Cindy. Okay. Lila, hi there. Good to see you, Lila. Richard is done with his broadcast, I assume. Oh, Wanda. Yeah. Well, Wanda, you obviously feel that we're family, so I'm so glad at least you're spending time with us. And Wanda, so sorry to hear about Mike as well. Okay, so we've got a really good base of gold here for the hair. Goldish blonde. And now I'm going to take a little bit of brown. Yeah, I know it. I'm sure with Mike that this did. That was an awful blow. It really was. All right, I'm using another shade of the gold here. Well, as you said in your post, Mike and Bud are together now. And they are. They absolutely are. You have us. That's right, Wanda. You're stuck with us. Love you, sweetie. Well, Wanda, you know what? We are just as delighted to have you in our group as well. It's so funny. People get in here and they can't believe how friendly our group is and how sincere we are. Yes, we love Wanda and her drunk gnomes. That's right. And for those of you that are new and don't understand that reference, I was doing a gnome page. And Wanda insisted that I make the nose a little, he was holding a teacup. And she said there was alcohol in that teacup, so we had to make him look like he was a drunk gnome. Let me grab a little water here. So we have fun with each other here. And that gnome looked drunk. And then we had Wanda Elliston say that Lila's coloring was quirky. So she's quirky. And I'm always talking about things being wonky. Your claim to fame, a drunk gnome. That's right. Wanda, if you weren't here, we never would have had that, I'm telling you. Okay, now I'm going to take a black pen and I'm going to highlight a little bit of the hair on some of the curls. Now, this is going to be a little bit touchy to do. So what you have to do is you can do a little bit of ink work and then you have to wipe off the tip of your pen, because what's happening is that the wax gets onto the tip. And I want you to see now how that black highlight Yeah, you did, Wanda. You came on board close to when I started. So I'm going ahead and redefining some of these lines with my pen. Yeah, Lila was recommended into the group by Dawn. Maddie stumbled across me. I was laying in a gutter. No, just kidding. Zoom out. Yeah, Maddie stumbled across ILene and stuck. Lila said she basically left all her other groups and now just stays here. Yeah, that was Dawn's first contest. That's right. We are a very blessed group, guys. We're getting a lot of artist support. I'll tell you what, Dawn had so much fun when we did that side by side. Zoom out. Okay, now I'm going to, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Grab a brown. Yeah, she was fast with her coloring. I needed a little longer. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brown pencil and I'm going to darken in the darker areas of the hair. Zoom in, zoom in. Hello, welcome Ron, Nancy. I assume this is Nancy. Hello, hello. Welcome to the group. I start at 7 p.m. Central. So glad you could make it in. Stephanie Connors, welcome. Oh my gosh, I love it when new people come in and say hello. Hi Steph, welcome. I live color every night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Daylight Time. We chit and chat, and I teach, and we laugh a lot, and sometimes we cry together over things, and we have a lot of fun. Maddie recovered from a bug. So, Ron, Nancy, Margolis, welcome. How did you find us? And Stephanie, don't be shy about speaking up. Questions, comments, whatever. This is not a come in the room and be quiet at all. Everybody loves to tease me about the stuff that I miss when I'm coloring. Yeah, we live, laugh, and love and learn in this group. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to take some black pen now and I'm going to darken. So I broadcast every night at 7 p.m. Central, well, I always say standard now, daylight time. Zoom out. Thank you, I'm glad you like the backgrounds. Right now we're doing our Art Nouveau lady, and if she sneezes, her boob is going to fall out. So we got to be careful she doesn't sneeze. All right. So what am I going to do? I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. And no, my boob did not fall out. No, her boob is not out. It is just covered. Mm-mm-mm. Nope, 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 nope. All right, we won't go down that road. We'll just leave that one alone. Okay. Bless me, bless me, bless me. Thank you, Lila. Okay, now what I want you to see is I'm taking this black pen and I'm just revitalizing this black loop, because when I was putting on my backgrounds, it gets over on it a little bit. So you don't want to forget to do that. So Stephanie, we have new things happening. What you need to do, Stephanie, is always check announcements. We are a very active group. We just had Ruth Sanderson come in here. I don't know if you know her, but she's the Queen of Grayscale. And she is about to bless this group with a boatload of coloring books. Zoom in. Okay. Now, don't forget to brighten up your blacks, re-enhance them. I've done it before. Let's see here. And we have a lot of people, Stephanie, that watch but don't say anything in the room. They're always welcome to pop down and say hello. Okay, see how much better that black looks, guys? Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to probably run over my time a little bit because I want to do something with this background. Here we go. Is that not pretty? Oh, you're coloring in your studio too? Yeah. Cool. Okay. So this area down here, I want to have some fun with that. I want to have some fun. I'm a bad girl, so I want to have some fun. see here. Hello, Stephanie Connors. Yeah, I need some shells. I want to have some fun. There we go. That's what I wanted. Jeff was so proud of his. Oh, you love using gel pens and markers? Okay, cool. Lila got 2 bottles of Ranger's Pearl Drops today. Cool. All right. Ookie dookie. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to get my tube of paint open. There we go. And this has been screaming at me to put some metallic on it. So I'm going to go with my metallic blue. Let's see here. And I'm going to wet my brush just a little bit. Now, remember what I told you is that when you want a solid coverage, zoom in. You want to dab with your brush and not brush with it. Okay? So I am just tapping with my brush. Tappity tap, tap, tap. Stephanie, you're from Albany, New York? I was born in the Buffalo, New York area. I lived in a suburb called Clarence. And the neat thing about this metallic is even though that you are tapping it on, yeah, Albany and Albany, New York area are absolutely gorgeous. Finger Lakes. Look how cool this metallic is starting to look, guys. Now, I chose the darker blue because the bottom ring was the darker blue. And so we've got a pattern now of going from the lighter blue to the darker blue, not only in the rings, but in this entire piece. Now, again, as I say to people, the subject matter may not exactly excite you, but it's not the subject matter that I'm teaching on, it's the method of whatever I'm using. 64 degrees. So, Stephanie, what kind of coloring do you do? The gels, yeah, she said the gels and the markers, yeah. I'm sorry, she did say that. What kind of books do you like to color? Zoom out. Looky, looky how pretty this is, guys. And remember, you're doing a tapping with your brush. And the paint will even out. Time for cereal. Yep. Yeah, Sandra didn't make it in tonight. Sandra Shelley, RUK. Well, the reason I was asking Stephanie is because you said your studio. What's your studio for? Gotcha. I use my studio, well, yeah, for coloring, but for broadcasting and everything else that I do. Okay. Everybody see how pretty that's looking? We were talking, Maddie, about Sandra Shelley from the UK. I just haven't seen her in a little bit. You do yeah. Maddie does every craft under the sun. Hey, Maddie, remember that birthday present that you promised me? Okay. Zoom out. Look look how beautiful this is looking. And see, hopefully you can, there, see the shine on it? You're in the mood to draw bugs tonight. Okay, let me splotch a little more paint in my cup. And again, guys, I'm dabbing the paint. I'm not using brush strokes. Oh, you've got color pencils, Stephanie, and you don't know how to use them? You're in the right place. And you want to learn how to shade? You're in the right place. All my live broadcasts go to video. And somewhere along the way, I always talk about it, because I'm always shading something. Okay. Shading is not hard at all. Once you learn the skill, you'll do just fine. Yeah, Jeff Haney is a coloring book artist, and he's coming in on the 25th. And he is going to color with pencils one of his own pictures, because he's never done that. He works with paints and so forth. And he is an excellent, excellent teacher. And as Maddie commented, I am live 7 days a week, including holidays. And if I can't be here, one time we had an ice storm, so I didn't have power. Another time the internet system went down. I was able to get a substitute for on the power, but not on the internet. It depends when stuff happens. One of the coloring book artists stepped in for us. That's how good of a relationship we have with our coloring book authors. Okay, so I want you guys to stick with me while I'm doing this. I'm past my normal sign off time, but I want you to see this. Zoom in. The Jeff Haney event is coming this Thursday. Stephanie, what you need to do is go into announcements and you'll see everything that's going on. Oh, that reminds me, don't forget our contest with Dawn ends Tuesday as well. Okay. Now, I don't want my paint to dry, so while I got a gob of it in here, I'm going to go ahead and work on this side. Now, you can initially spread your blue, your paint, but what you want to do after that is go up and down with it, your brush. You're tapping it in. Okay. So there's that. Zoom out. You don't usually talk this much. Really, I don't? Excuse me? It brings out the best of you, Maddie. It really does. That's what this group does. Okay, so I'm going to get a small brush and I'm going to glop some more paint in there. So there we go. Let's see what we got here. So I've got a little bit of water on this side here. I've got a cat now that's tapping my butt because she wants attention. She hears me talking with you guys. Okay, what's my name? Why are you saying my name, Wanda? Was I missing something? Show Stephanie the door picture. Okay, you got to give me a minute because I just loaded up my paint. Hold on. So Stephanie, I need you to hang for a little bit until I can show you that picture. Yeah, and I'm not done with that door picture, as you guys know. Okay, so I'm tapping in my blue. Baloo, baloo. Now, if you get a little bit of paint on your edge, over your edge, it doesn't really matter per se because, again, you want to go over that black with your marker to keep that black nice and healthy and vibrant. So I used my marker on the green and I'm just putting a little bit of blue in between here because I wanted that green spread out a little bit. So just hang with me and then I'll show that door picture. Okay. Stephanie, you still hanging with us? Somebody wrangle Stephanie and I'll show her the door picture. Thank you, Lila. It is a pretty blue. It's called, what is this thing called? It's called Pearl Electric Blue. Somebody let me know if Stephanie's still in the room. Oh, okay, good. I'll show you that picture. They want me to show you the door picture I'm doing. I can't tell who's in the room, and I can't tell who's watching. We have a lot of people that watch that don't come into the room. At first it kind of bothered me, but then I realized that it allows for more personal conversation with you guys. Okay, and I'll play with that some more. Okay, here is the door picture. That's the one that I was working on earlier, Stephanie, with the zoom in, zoom in, that I was working on with the comparable to the liquid pearls, which is the Nouveau and UVO. And this is the elevated drops you can do with it. And I showed everybody how to do the concrete block. Zoom out. This is Hannah Karlzon, Summer Nights. Oh, that's right, Lila, you didn't see this. So we ended up using the gold on it to pick up the door. And I did the door in the metallic acrylic paint. And I've got a surprise coming for the bottom here. So I was teaching everybody how to do this. And that's what I do in this group. So yeah. We decided this was a DDG, which is a drop dead gorgeous. Yeah, the pearl drops do look great for the pollen drops. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Yeah, don't they look great? And I outlined the flowers in black pen. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right. So, yeah. That's what you guys learn in my group. Stuff like that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to fuss with this detail on this side for too long. But I wanted to work on this side here. Oh, by the way, Vicky's scratching just reminded me of something. I use the Seresto collar for my pets, and I was reading an article today that, or yesterday or last night or whenever it was, but there have been some people, you did not have to twist my arm to do the gold. Liar, liar, pants on fire. That's another thing, Stephanie, we do in here is I have no problem soliciting opinion on how people want stuff colored. We have a lot of fun. I mean, obviously I make the final decision, but we have fun with stuff. So anyway, apparently there have been some complaints about the Seresto collar causing pets to get sick, and the issues have been a very low percentage. From what I understand, I have used Seresto for several years now for my pets, and I have never ever had any problem with it. So for whatever's that worth, I just wanted to pass along that little gem of information. It just popped into my mind. Okay. All right. So that tells you the level of communication that we have in this group. That's just what we do. So stick with me until I finish this big area, guys. Nobody else gonna back me up. Yeah, Lila, I'd never heard that problem with Seresto before. But all I can say is I've used it for years and I have never had a problem. Now, notice that I'm blotching down, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Notice that I blotch the paint in here, and then I now am spreading it with my brush. And again, I'm not going to do the inside area tonight on this side. I just want to show you how this whole piece is going to end up looking, because I think it's looking pretty cool. Okay. Oh, I'll give you a pet for Vicky. She'll appreciate that. Okay, almost done. Let me make sure I'm still in camera range. There we go. All right, so bear with me for a couple more minutes and you'll see how this whole thing's gonna look. There we go. All right, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. And for any areas that are a little wonky, you can just go ahead and just barely wet the tip of your brush and then work that a little bit. So when that dries out, you put marker on top of pencil. Yeah. That's our running joke, Stephanie. I teach that all the time. Jeff was so funny with his new hoo-hoos. He was having a good time with them. Okay, everybody see how this is going to look now? Oh, it didn't turn out so good? Zoom out. There you go. See how cool that looks? And it'll look even cooler. You'll get there, Lila. Just, you've seen me do it. Anybody have any questions about what I'm doing here? So I think we've got a cool looking background here. I'll finish that little bit here. I'll clean up this ragged edge over here. And I think we'll be pretty close to finishing. And what I want you to look at is we've got the lighter blue coming down into the darker blue. We've kept everything. Let's see, yeah, you can see that acrylic shine on there. So that's pretty cool. And we've kept everything nice and light with the art, you know, the Art Nouveau style. It's not heavy colors. Now, I may play with that dress a little bit and smooth out some of that outlining that I put on it. And yeah, I can put a gemstone on her dress. I need to name my pieces. Yeah, when I'm done and can spray this, then we'll look at putting, you know, little doodads on there. I want to go ahead and put little flower centers up here. May do something with the gem in here, little heart. Anybody have any questions or comments? And more importantly, are you comfortable with how I'm doing this? And can you do it? I want to inspire you. That's the whole point. Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging with me. I hope you had fun watching this. The green vines need to stand out more. Yeah, we'll see. I may bump those up a little bit after I finish with the blue. Gemma of the moon. Alright guys, I hope you had fun. Glad you could make it. I'll be here tomorrow night, same time, same place, per normal. And of course Tuesday is Melba, Thursday is Jeff. And I've got some other things coming up pending finalization. Love you guys, and you know I mean that. Alright guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Please share this video, guys. That's important. Tell your friends. That's important. That would be great. And kisses back to everybody. Thank you, Maddie. And hugs. Stephanie, good night. Tell your friends. Love you guys. All right, take care. Bye.